In the previous video, we have seen how to configure a virtual machine. But once the virtual machine is configured, we will walk through how the configuration settings are and explain to it. We can see here on the left hand side, you can see the virtual machine, Ubuntu virtual machine. To view its settings, we can go on to the setting options. Here, we can see that there are many different settings here: general, system, display, storage, audio, etc. We will begin with general. In general, under the basic section, it gives us the name of our virtual machine, the type of the virtual machine, and the version. To change any of this, we should make sure our virtual machine state should be powered off. In advance, we can see create a snapshot folder where we can give the path where this folder snapshot file will be saved in the folder. We can enable the share clipboard from host to guest, guest to host, or bidirectional. We can control C on host machine and control V on the VM, or else vice versa or bidirectional. Similarly, drag and drop option will work for host to guest, guest to host, and bidirectional. We can add the description of the VM. We can also enable disk encryption. Moving forward, for systems. In system, under motherboard, we can provide the RAM we want to allocate to our virtual machine. We can decide the boot order of our virtual machine, provide the chipset and pointing devices. USB tablet is nothing but the mouse, and the other options such as hardware clock, etc. We can go into the processor and allocate the processor as we require. We won't allocate all the processor which are available with us, but few among them. The execution cap will give us the options to allocate how much CPU performance we want. And also under extended features, we can enable PAX NX. Under acceleration, we can change it to the mode we want. Moving forward to the display. The YouTubers or gamers want to record this session, they can give video memory. Here by default it is to the 16 MB. Also to the monitor count if available. And the acceleration. If we want to enable remote display, we can enable this server. For recordings, we can enable the recording option. Moving forward to the storage. In storage, we can add other hard disks through this option. And also, we can add new storage controllers. We can give the types which we are available with us. Under audio, we can select which audio we want to enable or null audio driver. Under serial ports, we can give 4 serial ports according to our configuration. Networks. We can have 4 adapters available in VirtualBox Manager, in which on enabling this network adapter, we have options such as NAT network, bridge network, host only, NAT network. And in advanced settings, we have the MAC address of it and the Prometheus mode, which is in deny state. If we change it to bridge adapter, we can see the options are enabled and we can allow all VMs and allow all to communicate with our VM. By default, the network network first adapter is set to NAT. Moving forward to the USB, we can create the USB's filter as we want for our virtual machine. Creating of share folder. By default, no share folder will be created. Here we can delete. Also, we can create a new share folder by giving the path, the folder name, the mount point. Also, we can change the setting of that share folder and we can delete the same. User interface. It gives us the option how the VM is user friendly. We can click onto the options which we want into our VM and unclick if we don't want it. This is all about the settings in the virtual box manager under a virtual machine.